Hey, it's Kurt with KH Model Works. This video is a project update on the BG Appreciation Group build. So, I am building this Tamiya Honda Prelude XX. Appears to depict a second generation Prelude. I didn't check my facts, but it's from like 1983. So where am I at with this? I've got a lot of progress to show. So here is the mostly completed chassis. I got the interior in here. I painted it all the colors as depicted in the instructions. There's like 4 or 5 shades of gray in here. And there's a decal for the instrument panel and for the Prindle on the shifter. The engine was pretty cool. So we've got a pretty nicely detailed engine bay. There's enough detail here to make it busy and look good without being too complicated, but it was a fun challenge to put it all together. Lots of these parts had to be painted multiple colors, so it was some pretty complicated masking as well as some pretty careful paint brushing. We have an interstate battery, and this front-wheel drive powertrain is something new for me, and it was really interesting to build something different. So here's the chassis. Alright, and to finish the interior, here's the seats. Seats always seem to fall out for me, so I put them in last. Do a couple different colors here. Okay, and I primered the bumpers. That's the front bumper. Here's the rear bumper. One of the few things that's taking some extra work here is with these mirrors. There are some sink marks in here. So I'm working on filling those in with putty and sanding them. The mirrors will be black, so I can prime and paint those anytime. And here's the body. Let me zoom out. I painted the body with Floquil Old Silver. It's finally dry, I think. Here's the hood. This silver looked like a good match for the silver I've seen in pictures and videos of this car. Here's an example of the Floquil Old Silver. This paint is not made anymore, which is a real shame, but I do have a hoard of it because this is really nicely finely pigmented paint. The pigment's really finely ground, so you can't really see the grain in the paint. It just looks like metal almost. It really works well for natural metal on aircraft. So the paint looks pretty decent here, but I'm not real sure what I'm going to do to clear it because I do have some experience with 2K, but I haven't used it enough to really feel good about using it on a project that's really important to me. And then other clears, you do run the risk of ruining your paint, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that yet. So that's the next hurdle, is to clear coat the body. And then after clear coating and ensuring it's smooth by polishing, there's going to be lots of masking with all the trim here. So this has to be a custom mixed color of black and blue. That's what it says in the instructions. If you look at the car, the trim isn't quite black. There's some other hints of color in it. Then the bumpers has that same trim, but then the bottom of the bumper is actually gunmetal. It's not black. It's going to be gunmetal. And if you look at a picture of the car, you can see what they were thinking with that color choice. It's also been kind of fun to try to stick exactly with the color recommendations in the instructions using Tamiya paint, because most of this was done with Tamiya paint, except obviously the body color. So that's where I am with this, and I did actually get a chance to visit BG. He mentioned that in one of his videos earlier. I was visiting the Phoenix area, and he was kind enough to take time out of his busy day to have lunch with me and meet me at Andy's hobby headquarters. So I got to go to the world's best hobby store with BG, and we got to look at all the cool stuff there. So that was really, really cool. So that's all I have for now. I'll talk to you later. Take care.